morning. This practice is an early morning wake-up class. You can dress comfortably in your pajamas, maybe grab 2 blocks, something cozy to end the practice with and stay warm. And let's just move slowly and wake up the body. So we'll start in a child's pose. So bring the knees either hip width or a little bit wider apart, and the big toes together, and walk your hands forward. If this isn't really accessible, you can place a pillow or a block between the heels and the bum, and then lower the forehead onto the floor or onto a block. And start with the elbows relaxed. Take a moment to settle in here. Maybe you're still in bed. You'll transfer afterwards onto a mat, but you can start slow. Inviting a new day in. And softly inviting your consciousness to focus on your breath and on how you feel this morning. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhaling deeply in the nose, fill up the belly. And exhale, let it go through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, let the body get a little bit heavier onto the earth. One last time. Inhale deeply. And let it go. Softly feel the hands against your mat or bed and slowly come up onto a tabletop. Place the knees directly under the hips, wrists directly under the shoulders. Now start with baby cat-cow, so moving really slowly, mindfully, and not extreme movement. So you can keep your eyes closed and just feel a wave traveling through the spine as you extend it, reaching the chest forward and the tailbone up. And then to gently wave it into a flexion, chin coming in towards the chest. And see if you can follow your breath with the movement, inhaling towards a cow, spine extending, and exhaling towards a cat, spine rolling in. And moving at your own rhythm here. Find breath and movement. Notice what is your body ready for right now. And invite that movement to start moving all the cricks and cracks of the morning of your sleep. You might start finding a bigger cat-cow going in a wider range of motion. Staying mindful of how you're feeling this morning and how slowly you want to wake up. When you feel ready, you might start going outside of cat-cow and finding circles and side bends, whatever you feel you need to find movement in the body to wake up. And if you can, keep your eyes closed. Keep this movement inside of you. It's your own personal wake up. Take about 3 more breaths wherever you are. After your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine and tabletop. Tuck the toes under and push your hips back towards an active child's pose. So your arms are pushing into the ground all the way through the fingertips. And you're finding a stretch at the bottoms of the soles of your feet and under your toes. So gently pushing back. Notice if your pinky toes are tucked under as well, you can help them. And just wake up the base of the body. Breathe into it. On your next inhale, come back forward, untuck the toes, and come to sit on your heels. If you prefer, find a block to sit on for more comfort. Rest your hands onto your lap, and close your eyes for a moment, settling into that sitting position. And on your next inhale, float the arms out to your sides and up to the sky. You can gaze up or keep your eyes closed. On your exhale, lower the arms down, facing the palms down towards the earth. Inhaling again to roll the arms out and up. And circle them down, palms facing downwards. Once again, inhaling, palms up. Circle the arms up to the ceiling. Staying here, interlace the fingers and push the palms of the hands forward in front of the chest towards the wall in front of you. And round the spine so you find space between the shoulder blades. You may tuck the chin slightly. And breathe into the back body. On your inhale, push the palms of the hands up to the ceiling overhead. And find length from the tailbone all the way up to the palms of the hands, pushing through the shoulders. You might find a stretch at the wrists, at the fingers. That's great. And exhale, slowly release the fingers and lower the hands all the way down. Once again, inhale, palms up. Circle the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, bring the arms back behind you and interlace the fingers at the lower back. If that's inaccessible, you may grab your opposite forearms. On your inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades in your back. Find space at the front of the shoulders and maybe reach the wrists away from you. You may gaze up, find a bit of a stretch at the front of the neck. Gently engage your core to support and invite a bit of a back bend here. Keep squeezing the back body. Breathe into the space created at the ribs, at the chest, at the collarbones. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Unravel the hands. Walk the hands all the way at the front of the mat. Tuck the toes and slowly find a downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent. If you're still on your bed, you might want to start transferring to the floor, to the mat. And in your down dog, find a bit of movement. You can pedal the legs, bending one knee at a time and reaching the opposite heel towards the earth. And don't hesitate to invite movement at the hips, even at the upper body, still waking up the body. When we sleep, we're staying still for a lot of time, and our muscles, everything kind of solidifies. And finding movement in the first thing in the morning invites lubrication and a movement throughout the body to wake up and to kind of unstick everything. It's a pretty good way to start the day on the right foot. So keep rocking the hips side to side, stretch the legs. Make sure your arms are pressing into the earth all the way through the fingertips. And then bring the right foot at 45 degrees, like a warrior one leg. Bend into the left knee and push through the right heel, finding a bit of a stretch on the outer right hip. And change legs. Point the right toes in and the left toes out 45 degrees. Bending the right knee, pushing the left heel to the ground. Come back to center in your downward facing dog. Look forward towards the hands and take tiny little steps all the way to the front of the mat. Stay low, bending the knees. Bring your feet about hip width apart or even larger. Grab the opposite elbows with your hands and let the upper body and the head get heavy. Let yourself rock side to side here, like a rag doll. Again, keep the knees bent. It's not about stretching, but just finding this relaxing forward fold. You may also do yeses and nos with the head to release the neck. And gently rocking back to center. Release the hands. Bring your hands on the floor on the fingertips. And you might also invite your blocks in at this point. Let's inhale to lengthen the spine. Reach the heart forward. Knees can stay bent to help lengthen the spine. And on your exhale, step the left foot all the way back towards a lunge. Bring your blocks or your hands inside of the right foot and step the right foot towards the outer edge of your mat. So you're finding a larger stance width-wise. Staying on the ball of the left foot. Find a neutral spine and start drawing circles with the hips. It's kind of awkward, but imagine you're kind of a lizard and you're waking up your hips, your legs. The front foot might move a bit, that's fine. Try to keep a bit of strength in the back leg to support the structure. All right, change direction of the circles. And slowly come back to center. Find a bit of a squeeze in the center of the posture. So squeezing the feet towards each other. Keep the right knee bent. The left hand stays where it is. Right hand will come to the left ribs. And from here, pull the left ribs to the right and up. So you're coming into a twist, and from there, reach the right hand up to the sky. Pull the shoulders back and open the chest to the ceiling. See if you can bend the right knee over the heel and pointing towards the toes. And gaze where it's comfortable for the neck. So you might gaze down, forward to the side, or up to the right hand. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, slowly lower the left knee down. Staying in your twist, keep reaching the chest up. Exhale, lower the right hand down onto the block or the floor inside of the right foot. And then let the pelvis get heavy. Really collapse into it. I don't often guide the collapse, but here I'm inviting a bit of a stretch at the front of the left thigh. So let that happen. Let the stretch come into the hips. It might not come that low, so see and don't judge. See where you are this morning. Every day is different. And from there, reach the heart forward a little bit more. Squeeze the shoulder blades in the back. And slowly slide the hips back into a half splits. Flex the front foot, and you may walk the hands or the blocks closer towards you. The right knee might stay a little bit bent or extended. And inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold inside of the right leg. Let the head get heavy. And keep flexing the right foot and gently pressing the right heel into the earth. On your next inhale, coming back forward, placing the right foot down. Walk the blocks next to the foot. Lift the back knee. And pivot both feet to the left, walking your blocks with you between the feet at the front or at the side of the mat. So from here, using your blocks for length, for extra space to the floor, lengthen the spine, reach the chest forward, and exhale to get heavy into your wide-legged forward fold. Release the head, and invite the outer edges of the feet to press down into the earth, as well as the big toe mounds. The knees can be bent here, and think of reaching the sit bones up to the sky, letting the head get heavy along with the upper body. On your inhale, slowly come up, press into both feet, lengthen the spine. Exhale, pivot both feet all the way back forward. Bring your blocks at the front of the mat and step the left foot next to the right. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, fold and step the right foot back. Bring your hands or your blocks inside of the left foot and step your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Staying in your lunge here, right knee lifted. Lengthen the spine, finding a neutral spine, and invite circles with the hips. And changing the direction of the circles. And slowly come back to center. Squeeze the hips towards each other. Bring the left hand to the right ribs and pull the rib cage to the left, twisting up to the sky. The left arm finally floats up. Keep pressing the back of the right thigh up to the ceiling, engaging through the leg. Keep bending through the left knee and pressing through the left big toe. Gently lower the right knee down. Keep twisting out to the left. And exhale, lower the left hand to the floor or the block. Let the pelvis get heavy. Collapse into it and find a gentle extension through the spine, gazing forward and gently squeezing the shoulder blades. And just arrive where you find a stretch at the front of the right hip, right thigh. Notice if there's a difference between the left side and the right side. Gently floating back. Half splits. The hands can come closer. Left foot flexed. Toes pointing up. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Gently push through the left heel and exhale to fold. Relaxing into it. Keep a gentle engagement through the legs. And if you can, release the head. And gently bending through the left knee, come back forward. Lift the right knee. And pivot both feet to the right, coming into your wide-legged forward fold. Pushing through the outer edges of the feet, inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale to fold. Inhale, come back to your neutral spine. You might bring the blocks higher for a bit more space. Point the right toes out to the right and bend into the right knee. Coming into a version of Skandasana. And keeping the hips low, pivot the left toes out, right toes in, and bend the left knee. So going side to side, pivot the toes and bend to the knee where the toes are pointed out. And again to the left. Try to keep the spine long. And to the right. And to the left. One last time, both sides. And when you're done, come back to center, both toes pointing in. And exhale, pivot both feet to the front, bring your blocks with you, and step the right foot forward. Inhale, come halfway up, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, let it go, Uttanasana. Inhale, come through your half lift and come all the way up, pushing the legs in and reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. And the arms by your sides. It's the first time we're standing, so arrive here. Bring your feet about hip width apart or wider, maybe. Find a nice stable stance. You can close your eyes, gently squeeze the upper back to invite space at the front of the chest. Find a soft engagement at the core to hold you up. And stabilize through the legs. So imagining that the legs are heavy and pushing down into the earth, and from there supporting the rest of the body. From the stability, can you pay attention to your breath? When you're ready, gently open the eyes. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fingertips down, left foot back. Inhale for plank, right foot steps back. Exhale, lower the knees. And lowering with control, come all the way down, elbows point back. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the upper back, and float the chest. So you're not using the hands so much here, but you may think of pulling or dragging the hands back, squeezing the elbows towards each other to help the chest reach forward a little bit more. Push through the tops of the feet. And on your exhale, push onto your knees, tuck the toes, active child's pose. Inhale here. Exhale, coming to downward facing dog. Think of finding length and traction through the upper body. So from the heavy head all the way to the tailbone pointing up to the sky. And from there, whether the knees are bent or not, think of pushing through the legs, through the feet. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, walk or step all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Through strong legs, come all the way up to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Tadasana, arms to side. Again, inhaling, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot back. For plank, inhale, left foot back. Exhale, lower the knees and slowly come all the way down. Try to keep a stable body, not moving the hips. Shoulders back, baby cobra. Reach the heart forward, squeeze the elbows, drag the hands back. Without them moving, you're still on your sticky mat. Push through the tops of the feet. And on your exhale, find your active child's pose, tucking the toes, pushing the hips back. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. For full breath. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the front. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Through strong legs, inhale all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Halfway up. Hands down, step both feet back to plank. Inhale. Exhale to lower with the right of the knees all the way to the floor. Bring your fingertips to the outsides of the front corners of your mat, creating a little tent with the hands. Roll the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades, so finding strength through the back body. And from there, push gently through the fingertips to lift the chest. Keep your elbows pointing up, and think of dragging the fingertips back, reaching the chest forward. One deep breath. Exhale to lower. Waving through that 2 more times. Shoulders up and back, and wave it up. Exhale, wave it down. Inhale, shoulders back and up. And exhale to release. Bring your hands back by the lower ribs. Push your way back through the knees to downward facing dog directly. Deep breath here. Inhale forward. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Coming halfway, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhaling all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale to fold. Halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands down and step both feet back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale to lower with or without the knees, making sure your whole body stays in one plank as you lower. Keep your hands here. Lower the forehead to the floor and squeeze the shoulder blades. Find strength through the back body. Squeeze the elbows. And from there, lift the head and lift the legs. So your whole back chain is engaged. Lift the hands and keep squeezing through the elbows and the shoulder blades. Inhale here. Exhale, reach the hands back for 5. Keep reaching the hands towards each other. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Bring the hands back by the ribs and push your way up to downward facing dog. On your inhale, fold the right leg back. Exhale, knee to chest towards a plank, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, push it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, lift it between the hands. You can help yourself with your right hand to bring it forward. Squeeze through the hips and float your arms up, high lunge. Exhale, thrive. Pushing through the front heel, big toe, and pushing into the left toe mounts. Exhale, lower the right hand to the right hip. Inhale, left fingertips reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Keep pushing through the back foot. You may find a stretch at the front of the left hip. The gaze can be down, maybe up to the left arm, or forward. Inhale to center. Exhale, left hand comes down to the front of the mat. Pivot onto the outer edge of the left foot and slide the right foot halfway down the mat, pushing through the feet of the hand into a side plank, right arm lifts up. Options here, you can lower the left knee and reach the right foot back, or stack both feet on top of the other. Either way, think of lifting the hips and maybe reaching the right arm overhead, palm facing down. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Exhale, find a plank with the right leg lifted. You can always lower the left knee here. For 3, keep pushing the legs back. 2, 1, lower the right foot. Same thing with the left leg, lift it up, just floating off the earth. For 2, 1, and three-legged dog, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to chest in your plank. Inhale, push it back. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Find your base, push through the front foot to float up the high lunge. Arriving here. Left hand, left hip. Inhale, your right arm reaches up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right hand to the floor at the front of the mat. Finding your version of side plank. Pivot onto the outer edge of the right foot and float the left foot down. Reach the left arm up. Wherever you are, lift the hips a little bit higher and reach the left arm overhead. Make sure you press through the finger mounds and the fingertips of the right hand. And on your next exhale, lower the left hand down, three-legged dog, left leg lifts. One last plank here. So coming down to your three-legged plank, left leg keeps pushing back. For 1, lower the left foot and float the right. 3, 2, 1, lower the foot, downward facing dog one last time. Take a deep breath in through the nose, let go through the mouth. Lower the knees down and come to sit onto the heels. Take a moment here. Now bring your fingertips behind you, about 1 hand's distance behind your toes. Palms of the hand are facing forward towards the front of the mat, and you're making those little tents with the hands. First option, roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. You may stay here, or maybe float the hips up and gaze up to the sky. Push through the tops of the toes. Engage your glutes to lift the hips a little bit higher. Squeeze the shoulder blades for 3, 2, 1, and release. Bring your hands up to your lap. Take a moment. And when you're ready, come to sit onto your bum. And you will lengthen the left leg in front of you, right leg over. So you are on the sole of the right foot, really anchoring it down through all toes, and the left foot stays flexed. Make sure both sit bones are touching the floor, and the right hand will come behind you. The left arm reaches up. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist to your right. You might either wrap the left arm around the leg or come and hook the elbow against the leg. I personally like to wrap it around. It finds a bit more of a stretch into the legs for me. So you might try different options. And then once you're here, inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale in your twist. You can gaze past the right shoulder. And invite the movement of the breath to take place in this posture. So inhaling to create space and length. And exhaling to engage maybe a little bit more into your twist. So So moving as a wave through the body. After your next exhale, inhale to unravel back forward, finding your neutral spine. And then change your legs. Right leg forward, left leg over. Anchoring the whole sole of the foot to the floor. Left hand back onto your fingertips. Inhaling to reach the right arm up. And exhaling your twist, finding your variation of arms. Wrapping around or tucking the elbow. Waving with the breath, inhaling to lengthen. And exhaling in your twist, the gaze may follow the left shoulder. Make sure your right leg stays slightly engaged, pushing down, keeping a base in your posture. After your last exhale, inhale to unravel. And exhale here. Bring your legs back in. Feet wider than hip width, about mat width apart, hands behind you. And start just windshield wiping your legs, bringing both knees side to side. When you're ready, you can find a comfortable sitting position. Making sure your hips are higher than the knees, so you may use a block or a pillow, whatever you have. Make sure you're comfortable to sit for a few moments. I like a hero's pose, more circulation through the legs for me. You might prefer legs crossed, or even the ankles crossed. You might try different options. And once you find it, rest the hands onto the lap. Palms can face up if you feel like sharing energy. And palms can face down if you feel like you need to keep some of your energy for yourself today. And once you arrive, bring your attention to the earth underneath you, to the sit bones anchoring down. Notice the space and the length that was created through those movements. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. And invite the tension in the face to let go. Softening the space between the eyebrows and softening the jaw. Softly placing your attention onto your breath. The space that is always there, that you can always count on to bring you back to the present moment and to bring you back to yourself. So throughout your day today, I invite you to, whenever you remember or you think of it, to perhaps tune back with your breath. Reconnect to your body. Maybe notice the tension that's present and invite a bit of softness and compassion. And with practice, you might be able to remember to tune into your breath a little bit more often, like mini meditations throughout your day. Gather your hands together at heart center. Gently lower the chin towards the fingers. And thank yourself for starting off your day with movement, with compassion, with breath. I thank you for doing the same. And I wish you all a beautiful day. Namaste.